Bam, we're live. How can there be so many firsts? First Rambler? That's the official first, right? The rest of you guys are just busting on Rambler. Schindledecker, good morning. Good morning. Wow, great conversation with Matt Schindledecker. I don't mean to ruin Matt's life, but if you're an affiliate owner and you haven't called Matt Schindledecker and find out what he's up to, you are missing out. I'm not joking. That's just consider that. He's probably going to text me and be like, "Hey, don't do that." But I'm telling you, if you're an affiliate owner and you have not contacted this guy to find out what he's up to with his gym, you are missing out. Cha-ching. Okay. Jan Clark, hey, what's up, dude? Good morning. You're not first though. This Rambler dude's always first. He's got like a sideways carrot as his profile pic. Jeff, what's up, dude? Good morning. Mr. Sauer, IT. Sevan Podcast, IT, man. Will Walraven, hey, what's up? Good morning. I'm looking in my gains box. You know what's crazy is I didn't get one of these the time that Hiller got the one with the cool shorts in it, and then I got another one. This looks so good. Lenny and Larry's cookie. You guys want to see everything that's in here? What's in one of these? You ever wondered? No, they're not a sponsor, by the way. Gains box. I just thought it would be interesting to. Safe Catch Ahi. Oh, this is interesting. I'm definitely eating this. Oh, I'm going to attempt to eat this. I don't know if I'm going to eat the whole thing. It says 26 grams of protein. That's kind of crazy. Where am I going to? I'm going to start just stacking this stuff on my desk. Hello, Slater. What's up, dude? Good morning. Good morning. Janelle, what's up? Hey, Johnny. All right, I saw Johnny. Hey, Johnny, what's up, dude? Good morning. You're a little too young for this show. Jake Cook, good morning. Look like a foreigner. Yellow shirt, green kettlebell. Definite foreigner. Devesh Maharaj, good morning. Mr. Cock, enter. Thank you. Elise, Miss Radau. 51st. 20% off. Oh no. Shoelaces. Oh shit, I just bought shoelaces. I wish I would have seen this sooner. Shoelaces in the gains box. Power protein shot. Oh, I feel like eating this right now. I'm such a sucker. Developed by Navy SEALs, no caffeine, zero carbs, zero fat, zero sugar, gluten-free. Oh, this is just 15 grams of protein. Is that real? Has anyone tried this? This is probably going to stay on my desk for a second. 100% digestible in less than 15 minutes. What if I actually like this? 15. This is 15 grams of just pure protein. One slurp, everyone knows the rules. Serious? Just you bought shoelaces? Yeah, was that stupid? I bought them for my kid because his skating shoes are going down. Hey Jake, what's up? Nice shave. You know what happened, Jake? Is that really your butt? For crying out loud, dude. What is going on with you guys? Don't make it so it's hard to pick you guys because your profile pic, especially if I like you. Jeez Louise, it's too early to stare at that ass. My mom was here at the house yesterday. She's here every day. And I saw her. Oh, there's more fish protein in here. Dude, this is like this gains box must be like protein month. Another fish. More fish. I'm gonna make my kids eat that today at the skate park. Dehydration relief. I love dehydration stuff, but I use this Wolverine stuff, so I like drinking it on my fasting days. More dehydration relief. Dude, this gains box is crazy. What the fuck is this? This is some sort of roller. Ooh, this does not feel eco-friendly. Some sort of roller. A pair of socks. I am a sock. I love socks. Love socks. You think that fish stuff is weird? Weird? Is that what you're doing? The barf sign? Fish in a bag? I don't know. I'm okay with it. Liquid Focus. What the hell is this? I have to hold shit. About 3 weeks ago, I started having to hold shit like this far away. I just realized. I used to be able to just look at stuff like this. So my mom was at my house and she's like, "Hey, you need to shave." And I was like, "Okay." And I know it caught her off guard. She didn't think I was going to shave. So I went inside and shaved. She left my house and I went inside and shaved. And then 5 minutes later, she came back to my house. She said, "Hey, I forgot my cell phone here." I said, "Of course you did. You're old as dirt." And she's like, "Oh, you shaved already?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "That was fast." I said, "Yep, that's right." Okay. This has carbs in it and sugar in it. This whole thing is 38 calories. I have to try something on the air. Maybe I'll try this. Here's the shoelaces. They're like stretchy shoelaces. There's so much more fish. There's clothes in here too. There's t-shirts. 2 t-shirts. You want to see the t-shirts? The only t-shirt you need is CEO shirt. Oh, this is a nice design. This is the Barbell Cartel. I like that word, cartel. And there's one more thing in here that's in a box. It's called powders. Oh, I will use this. Wow, 100% I get behind this. Wow, glass bottle. This is right up my hippie alley. I hope this rubber seal is BPA free, or else it defeats the purpose of having a glass bottle. All right, there's my gains box. A first, a Sevan podcast exclusive. I can't stop thinking about the cookie. All right. If I don't use that glass bottle, my wife will definitely use it. I just bounced that off the monitor. Sevan, before Swolverine, did you like LMNT? I think I did. I tried it like 3 or 4 times. There's just some woke shit I saw around that company that I cannot stand. So I don't even like to fucking acknowledge them. Like it was some really dumb, bad shit. But Rob Wolf does post a lot of cool shit. I mean, 99% of the shit he posts I like. He is up there in Chico. Like, yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look into it more. But I take the Swolverine stuff, the rehydration, and I usually will put it into one of these with hot water and sip. It's a great late night drink. I love it. I absolutely love it. The LMNT is like crack. I like the idea of the habanero flavor. I can't remember what I saw. It wasn't around. He's pretty much anti-injection, but I think maybe it was about transitioning kids or something. I can't remember. By the way, did you see what's going on with that? I don't know what's going on with Gavin Newsom. He vetoed that bill. So a bill passed in the United States, in California, where basically if your kid wants to chop off his cock and you don't facilitate it, they'll take your kid away. And Newsom vetoed that bill, which makes me, and I don't think he did it for like ethical, I don't think he did it for ethical reasons. I do not think he did it for ethical reasons or moral reasons or because he has values or anything like that. Let me see what's going on here. How come I can't share this screen? Newsom vetoes. Here we go. Newsom vetoes progressive bills on transgender children and self-driving trucks. Governor Gavin Newsom issued a trio of vetoes late Friday evening that are sure to anger his progressive allies. On the losing end of Democratic governors' actions are 3 mainstays of liberal support. I cannot believe if you're gay and you support LGBTQ, will you call into the show and explain to me how you support that? I'm so curious why you would support that. I'm so fucking curious why. A legislation Assembly Bill 957 was authored by Lori Wilson, who is herself the parent of a transgender child. Unreal. Newsom's rejection was not a surprise after his top business official opposed the bill, arguing it would stifle innovation. Oh, that has to do with something else. Where is this? Scott Wiener, a gay San Francisco Democrat and champion of LGBTQ priority bills, called Newsom's veto a tragedy for trans kids. Dude. There's something else that Newsom did yesterday that was really trippy. What was it? What was it? There was one more piece. Oh, San Francisco, Newsom, homeless, San Francisco. He's trying to make it so you can actually pick homeless people off. A group finds Newsom's brief on San Francisco homeless case profoundly disappointing. Okay, here it is. Newsom calls ban on San Francisco homeless sweeps preposterous and inhumane. Basically, isn't it funny how he flipped the script? I think there's a law in San Francisco that basically the police in the city can't just go like there's whole streets. For those of you who don't understand San Francisco, the city's basically been taken over by drug addicts. And Newsom is basically saying, hey, and there's a law in place in San Francisco that basically the police in the city can't just go down the street and just collect everyone and throw them into the back of a truck and move them somewhere else. I think the law basically is if you can't take them to shelter, you can't move them. And he's like, fuck that. And I agree. Fuck that. I get a big fucking dump truck, and if there's people passed out from doing drugs on your streets or anything, if there's people passed out on your streets that inhibit you or your family from walking on the sidewalks that you pay for with your tax dollars, just have like one of those garbage trucks pick them up by like their back and like just drop and just drop them, you know, just throw them in the back of a truck, just start piling them in there and drive them away. I'm totally for that. Rambler said, seriously, Scott Wiener? Yeah, the guy's name is Scott Wiener. He is a world-class scumbag of the highest order. Greg and I met him once. Oh, God, he is so gross. He is so creepy. Scott Wiener. Oh, my goodness. Let me see if I can show you a picture of him. He is a 6'2", 98 pounds of man. He is a pathetic excuse for a human being. God, I can't believe he's 53. When I saw him, he looks like he's 12. This poor state. What a great state. What did Scott Wiener do? He did nothing. There's an Anthony Weiner too. You remember this guy? The news is I can't believe this is coming out of my mouth, but the news is kind of depressing. Oh, what's his Fran time? Dude, that guy can't even set up the bar. I hate to just judge someone just on the fact that they're so weak, but it's almost like, do you remember those kids in high school who would purposely try to keep their skin like extra white and they would sleep in coffins? What were they called? Mods or something? Is that what they called? Mods? And they went out of their way to make themselves weird. It's like that. Like this guy's so pathetic. It's like he's gone out of his way to make himself pathetic. I don't want to be around that. I definitely sure as fuck don't want goth. Thank you. Goth. Yeah. Goth. Yeah. Mod. I was making fun of my mom for forgetting her cell phone. I can't even remember what the kids were called. Oh, who's this? Jackie Fielder. Please don't be a Democrat. Please don't be a Democrat. Damn, you're a Democrat. It's suggesting all these politicians I might want to look up. This chick's hot. Why does she have to be a Democrat? Oh, progressive activist. God damn. Nobody wants a progressive activist. Nobody. as a politician. No one wants you. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Jackie Fielder. Let's look at her. Queer, Latina, San Francisco native. This is some Indian shit. Ohlone land. Oh man. Oh man. A Starbucks customer, sorry to say. Oh my goodness, what is this? The Honorable Rep. Zoe Zeifer, heartful thinking of all the trans youth who are watching. Zoe stands up to hate in Montana and all over the country in gratitude to the Native American legislators. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What a waste of your youth to be a progressive activist. What a waste. Oh, it must be brutal to wake up from that. I want to show you something that I saw on David Harris's Instagram account. I also looked into this hotel. There's a hotel in San Francisco in Manhattan. I wonder how many hotels in Manhattan have been completely taken over like this. This is crazy. This was a really fancy hotel. I can't believe this is the United States, let alone New York City. This is in front of a Manhattan hotel that is now officially closed down because they have illegal aliens in there. They have that many. The whole hotel's closed. This is an expensive hotel. I also heard, I don't know if this is true, but I heard the city's paying the hotel. I was like, man, these poor hotel owners. But I heard the city's paying the hotel $1,000 a night per bedroom. I don't know where that money would come from. This is just crazy. But here we go.
The Roosevelt, it's no longer
the Roosevelt Hotel in Manhattan.
A hotel. National Guard has taken over. So it says the, and in the Roosevelt is blacked out.
You guys, if you Google this hotel, Roosevelt Hotel, this is like a really nice hotel. This hotel is so nice. Like most of the people who listen to the show have never stayed in a place this nice. And it's been completely taken over and filled up with immigrants. And the thing is that these immigrants who are coming illegally into the country, even though they're coming illegally into the country, they sign something or tell someone at the border that basically says, hey, we have someone who's supposed to take care of us. We are going somewhere. They're supposed to know where they're going.
So I walked to the Roosevelt Hotel. I tried to go in, and I was stopped at the door. And a lot of National Guardsmen, they stopped me at the door, and I said, hey, isn't this the Roosevelt Hotel? And they said,
okay, so it's a National Guard scenario. We don't have the resources to handle this problem that's thousands of miles away from the border, so the National Guard's been called in. And what many would consider the biggest and best and most prominent city in the United States of America, a city where this should definitely not be happening.
He said, no, it's not the Roosevelt Hotel. This is no longer a hotel. I quote, I'm going to walk down the street and show you that the National Guard, the Fed, has taken over the Roosevelt Hotel and several restaurants next to it.
Do you remember the other day I showed you the governor of New York from 2 years ago basically saying, all of you immigrants come to our state, and now her tune is completely changed. She's like, get the fuck out. Do not come here. We don't have resources for you.
And migrants are on the floor, on the sidewalk, children in the rain. It's cold. It's raining in New York tonight. And these people who Americans are told are coming here because they've got family. And they have a place to go.
They don't. Christine Young, they put homeless in our hotels during COVID for a few years and just kicked them out a few months ago. Yeah, it's interesting you say that. They're never going to get these people out of this hotel. This is going to go on for years. They are not going to get these people out of this hotel. And what's going to happen is lawyers are going to start swarming into the situation, defending these people, also making money off the situation, just prolonging how long it takes to get them all out of the hotel. This is a mess. New York's toast.
They do not have a place to go. They're currently in the Roosevelt Hotel. which is funded by the taxpayer, by you, and they're only going to be there for so long because there's a line queuing to get in and get resources, and then they're in America.
So ask yourself, you have family and friends that work at the hotel. Maybe you're lucky enough to know the guy who owns the hotel. And all of a sudden this happens. People are losing their jobs. That whole block's ruined, right? Now you're going to have just scumbags coming in and out of that hotel. It's going to change that whole area. And who do you think supports this? Is Democrats or Republicans? How many Republicans do you think it's okay? There's legit fucking immigrants who waited years to come into this country, who work at this hotel, make money to support their family, and now their shit's all fucked up.
America, and they will be homeless, and they will be destitute, and they will be hungry, and the children you're about to see will be sold. That's how this happens. When
the children you're about to see will be sold? Is that what he said?
People can't eat, they sell themselves. It's very unfortunate, but it's a part of human trafficking. You're about to see a mechanism that will result in human trafficking, debt bondage, slave labor.
So when I hear that in my brain, I push back. I can't even believe that. Like I can't let that in. I just don't believe that. I don't believe that there's kids in there who are going to be sold for bondage and slave labor and sex and shit. I just can't. Yeah.
See that restaurant? It is migrants only. National Guard at the door. Cannot go in there. Watch, I'm going to try and go in. I'm going to try and go in and say, hey, I just want a meal. I'm queuing up to get into this restaurant.
So he's saying he wants to go in and just get a meal.
You guys open for public?
No.
Not open for public?
No.
No food?
No.
Solo? This is the Roosevelt.
That was a weak ass attempt. Rambler, I went to UC Berkeley for cousin's graduation. I loved the pier at San Francisco, Pier 53. You're lucky you didn't get your shit fucking pushed in or stolen. Heidi Kroom, why would the people who own it continue to run the hotel? I'm assuming they got some crazy city contract. But I'm guessing I would be surprised also if they get paid on it. I'd love to we get the try see if we can find out who the owner of that hotel is. Maybe that hotel is owned by some massive conglomerate too. You know what I mean? It's just one of the fucking Marriott properties. Who knows? Sleeky, you get what you vote for. That's for sure. Jody Lynn, Google search for the Roosevelt Hotel says permanently closed. Crazy. I Googled it this morning. I didn't see that, but I did see that the homepage of the hotel is just frozen. Like you can't click around. What's shaking over here? What is that? Oh, these earphones are falling apart. It's a tough few stories this morning we're starting with. Sorry, guys. Tough. These are some tough stories we're starting with. Oi. More related to the border being open. This one is just absolutely nuts. A daycare in the Bronx, a baby has died at the daycare because they were hiding fentanyl under the floorboards of the daycare, and one of the kids who was napping on that floorboard got exposed and died. 3 of them had to be rushed to the hospital. 1 of them died. A manhunt for the fugitive husband of a Bronx daycare owner charged in the drug exposure death of a toddler has expanded to the Dominican Republic. Federal law enforcement sources say. God. Do you think that this is related to the border being open? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mendez, on the run husband, was described by police sources as the main player in the alleged drug selling operation in the basement of the daycare center. Dominican Republic's a trippy country. It's an island, and half the island is Haiti, and half the island is the Dominican Republic. And basically everyone on the island is black, but they have on both islands is black, but they have a class system by how dark you are. I'd never seen anything like that. I had heard jokes about that, right? Being in the States, you hear jokes like mostly coming from black people about being light-skinned or dark-skinned. But in that country, it's fucking really like that. Like, you can go there and experience it. The more light-skinned you are, the more you don't like people who are darker-skinned. It was nuts. I couldn't believe it was like that, even though they're all black. But they got this ranking based on how dark you are. It was a bizarro world. 1 million Haitians live in Dominican Republic with no legal status on a tiny little fucking island. It's a fuck situation there. They got some. It's a mess. Zach, Colombian immigrants planted a flag in Texas as they crossed the border. Of course they did. Wow, Paulina doing a little investigation. It says the Roosevelt Hotel in New York City is owned by Pakistani International Airlines. Matt Burns, all those white liberals want a sanctuary city, yet won't take a single illegal in their homes. They don't want it anymore. Oh, wow. Here we go. Allegra R., thank you. They closed down a hotel by my house in Arizona. My dad talked to the owners of the hotel, and they get a ridiculous amount of money from the government, more money than they would get if they stayed open to the public. Yeah, I was hearing that Roosevelt Hotel was getting $1,000 a room, which is nuts. Way off subject, but interesting to me. Rambler says, I bought an iPhone 11 and Sony A7 IV instead of an iPhone 15 Pro Max and a 6700. I think that was it. You're not going to like my answer. I think that was an enormous mistake. A6700 is an insane camera, and the iPhone 15 is light years ahead of the iPhone 11, but that's just my 2 cents. Yeah, thousands of people coming in a day. I don't know how that's going to be. I don't know what's going to happen there. How quickly do you think that goes away if Trump's elected, the border problem? Tell me. How quickly? Just saying. I'm not saying whether you should like him or not. I'm just saying, how quickly does that problem go away if Trump's elected? The 10,000 illegal aliens coming in every day. How quickly does that go away if we elect Donald Trump?
If you're getting repeatedly exposed to the same antigen, then your body starts to produce a different kind of antibody called IgG4 that actually gives you tolerance to that antigen.
So it kind of gives up on killing it. It's just like, I just want to live and let live. I'm just going to let it hang out in the body now and not fight anymore.
Exactly. So another discovery a few months ago, there was a discovery that if you've had 2 COVID vaccines, you start to produce a little bit of this new antibody, this IgG4. But if you've had 3 vaccines, if you had the booster shot, your IgG4 levels go up 500-fold.
Okay. He said if you get 3 shots, your IgG4 levels go up 500-fold. And I know everyone's like, I don't know what that means. Well, you know what the 3rd booster shot is. And you know what 500-fold is. But you're like, I don't know what IgG4 is. And you're scratching your head. So you go over to Google. Oh, man, you guys are not going to like this. Well, some of you are going to be okay with it. But this is some crazy shit. IG44? Oh, my goodness. IG44. Google that. What is IG4 autoimmune disease? What is the disease IgG4? IgG4 related diseases. Just dig into that a little bit. Oh my goodness. Hey, it's the all-cause mortality thing. You know, all those numbers that we were talking about it a year or two ago about how basically deaths everywhere are going to increase, and so that the effects and the more and more you scratch the surface and you start learning more and more about the vaccine industry, what you see is that when you get a vaccine, the damage that it does to your immune system affects your entire fucking body. And so they struggle to pinpoint why they're bad, because it's your entire immune system gets compromised. So when you look at these people who are repeatedly messing with their immune system, the mortality in all sorts of areas will go up in small percentages, whether it be cancer, liver disease, just everywhere. If you just start scratching the surface, you will completely start freaking out. And those of you who didn't get the injection are going to be very, 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 very happy. It is, yeah, it's, yeah. Caved Astro, rest in peace, Rambler. What happened? What happened? Is Rambler gone? Caved Astro, I thought IgG4 was the kind of playing Gregbot. Well, that too. Yes, good point. Just look that up and start digging around. It all starts to make sense. All the pieces start falling into place. You get an injection, and so most medications, you take the medication, and if you have an adverse reaction to it, so let's say they give you Vicodin at the hospital and you start to have a stomach ache, you go back there and they'll give you Oxycontin, or they'll switch up your medication based on your immediate response to it. These injections like this, the vaccines, they don't work like that. You have an adverse reaction and you're stuck with it for life, years, life. And so instead of saying, hey, it was the vaccine that gave you those problems, they blame it on something else. Oh, you have cancer now. Oh, it's weird. You have blood clots. That must be from that needling you got at the local holistic health center. Oh, you've been eating way too much salt. That's why you have the clots. Man, those of you who have kids, you can fucking save them now. If you have a mate that you're fighting with on this subject, you've got to at least get them to read a couple books, talk some sense into them. Sleeky Sevi, you'll love this. I went to the doctor yesterday. My BMI label has me as overweight. My blood pressure was 100/60, and the nurse told me it was pretty good. Yeah, that's crazy. For those of you who don't know, Sleeky, she is by far from overweight. You do have a freakish physique. Did they say anything about like that? Was the doctor like, God damn, look at your body? There was this other girl that I thought had a crazy body, and then one time I saw you standing by her, and it like fucked it. I had to recalibrate. It fucked everything up. I remember that. I think I told my wife, I'm like, look at that. I thought she had this amazing body, but now look at Sleeky standing next to her, and it's fucked that other body all up. It's weird when you get recalibrated. Yeah, hell yeah. Sevi, if you were in your 20s, would you date a vax chick? For sure. Date any girl. Date a fucking tranny. In my 20s, I'd do anything. Oh, Sleeky, my doctor has an MDL1. He knows. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. IgG4. You do not want 500 times. Whoa. I got a former client who's taking Ozempic who brags about all the weight he's losing. He's drained a week and is eating 1,200 calories a day. I can't believe this is pushed as okay. Oh, he just needs some human growth hormone, Zach. He'll be fine. 1,200 calories a day. Hey, keep me posted on that. I want to see what happens when he gets off. Zach, I'm so curious what happens. Rambler, tell me about your experience having sex with a lesbian. Did she like it? Probably not. Probably not. I'm telling you, it was like she was just a friend. I'm gonna have to think back, but I think eventually what ended up happening is she kind of like slowly just put more and more boundaries up of what the intimacy we could have, and then next thing I knew, she had a girlfriend. Like I went over there and I was like the third wheel. It was pretty obvious. Andrew Hiller, they gain but have a new understanding how little they actually need to eat. Right. That basically that's what like doing meth and ecstasy was like for me in college. I dabbled in both of those for like a month each. And in both times I had that exact experience that Andrew had is saying. I realized, wow, you really don't need to eat a lot to stay functioning. I think it's way different though when you're older. When I fast now, I really slow down. Like really, 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 really slow down. Corey Leonard, we have a dude that just joined the gym who lost 60 pounds on Ozempic, just cycled off and is determined as fuck to get his life back. Well, basically, it makes it just so you're not hungry, right? Or makes it like even like you feel like you're going to get sick if you eat. I don't know. That shit scares me. That being said, where's my California Peptides logo? There it is. They sell that stuff. CA Peptides. They sell a ton of it. I think it has like 3 names. It's called Ozempic, Wegovy, and then there's a third name. Oh shit. Again. Wow. Hold on, Corey. Hold on. Give me a second. Of course, I have to reset up my phone again, like usual. Hey. Good morning. Hey. Good morning.
Hey.
Hey.
Morning.
Hey.
So yeah, dude just started at the gym. So we have an on-ramp process, like I would expect a lot of people to do. Not everybody needs all 4 days of it and whatnot. This dude needed all 4 days. Mostly because he's just cycled off Ozempic and like starting on day 1, he could move. And when I say move, I'm talking about we're learning how to squat. We're learning how to just do basic movements for about 5 minutes at a time, if that, before we had to stop and kind of reset because he got nauseous.
What was the movement that made him nauseous?
I think he was just air squatting. Okay. I really do.
Okay.
Like it was day 1. So it was that if he actually, God bless him, I'm sure he's not listening, but he threw up on day 1.
Okay.
From just, and not from intensity, just from movement. He had just cycled off of that shit. And granted, he lost 60 pounds and God bless him for that. But like, I just can't see where the benefit of going forward from there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. A friend of mine also tried it, who did not need it, by the way. This chick was already is skinny and muscular, but she said she tried it and she said she did not feel good right away. She had to get off. Yeah. But another one of my friends tried it, and it was a dude, and now this guy works out 2 hours a day, but he lost like 70 pounds, like fast.
Right, and I think that's where this dude's at right now. Now I went in last week, and he's going to come into either my class in the afternoon or the one right before it. And he was in the one right before I was coaching last week, and you can tell he got off of it because he didn't like the way it made him feel. Because just the look on his face, like during class, like the man is on a fucking mission, and I am here for it. Like I get goosebumps talking about it because like he's trying to get his life back and he wants to be able to move around and still be alive in the next 15, 20 years.
Hey, was this guy a former athlete of any sort? Is he like shocked at how hard?
I haven't had a chance to talk to him as much as I want to
Okay.
yet, Sevan, if I'm being honest, because he's just like I said, he literally just started, and I just had so much shit going on the past 2 weeks. But I would say probably of some sort. Like you can tell he's probably strong as shit. He's built like a bowling ball, dude. Like he looks solid. It's just he just had too much meat on him, and he still does.
How old is he?
He's probably in between me and you, so I would say early 50s. Early 50s.
You know what's weird about getting old is I used to be able to do skin the cats and all that shit, no problem. Pullovers. I've been doing pullovers forever, and all that stuff makes me dizzy now. Even do you know what candlesticks are?
I do.
I even have to kind of like work my way into candlesticks, which sucks because I love those. What a great full body workout.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Just watch TV and do like 50 candlesticks, you know, even like pistol candles.
I would love to know what that's about.
Well, getting dizzy as you get older? Yeah, me too. I'd love to know too. Yeah. Do you get dizzy when you go upside down now?
Not at all.
Oh, how old are you?
Not at all. 46.
Yeah, I don't.
46, and one of my training partners just made 55, dude, and we do handstand walks and push-ups and shit all the time, and neither one of us ever it doesn't affect either one of us.
Yeah, I should try. I'm not good at handstand walking, but I could do handstand push-ups. I should try that. I haven't tried those in a while. I should see if I get dizzy when I do those. I hate getting dizzy. It sucks. It's a miserable experience.
Dude, no, yeah, I will ride roller coasters all day long, but like carnival rides that just spin in a fucking circle, those things can kiss my ass.
Yeah,
because I'll just get dizzy and throw up, and it's miserable.
What's the gym you teach at?
CrossFit Virtus in Gonzales, Louisiana.
Oh, cool. Do you own the gym?
Yes, sir. No, I do not. I just coach there.
All right.
Owned by a very, very, very good owner who, like, when dudes like that I was just talking about come in, Cecil gets excited because like that's a project. Like we can help that dude, and he wants to help that dude.
That's cool. That's really cool. Hey, what do you think about what Joe Niels is doing every day, like going out with a video camera and showing how he gets a new client every day?
Dude, that is awesome. That is absolutely phenomenal. I wish we had like an urban-ish area that not urban, like just, you know what I'm saying, like in the city. Because where we're at, we're fairly rural, I guess you could say. So there'll be nowhere over there nowhere around us for us to be like, hey, I can save your life. Come to my fucking gym.
Yeah.
But you know, the closest place to us is Baton Rouge, and there's 5 or 6 boxes over there as it is.
What a cool thing to say to someone too. I can save your life.
100%. I think it's probably intimidating. Most people are like, fuck you, I don't need my life saved. And whenever we know that, yeah, you absolutely do.
Right.
You need what I have.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right, brother, good talk to you.
Okay, yeah, thanks for the insights. Thank you.
Absolutely. Later.
Bye. I just drank some of this. This is exactly how you would picture it tasted. It's one of those things that you just can't stand the taste of, and yet you still like it, like Robitussin. Yeah, this just tastes like medicine. Liquid Focus. I took a sip. I'm afraid to drink the whole thing. I don't know what would happen. This was in the Gains box. Dietary supplement, 3.4 ounces. Energy to get more done. If I start freaking out or my skin starts crawling, I'll tell you. I didn't drink the whole thing. I drank like a third of it. All right. I don't even see. What's crazy is I'm on this CA peptides. They must have it. It must be under some sort of other name because I don't see Ozempic on here. Or Wegovy, or there was another name for it. I don't see it. I thought they had it. I know they have it. Anyway. D. Reed, every pound lost decreases mile time by 1.4 seconds on average. Is that true? Semaglutide. I don't see semaglutide on here either. Semaglutide, do I? I don't see that one either. Yeah, semaglutide, Ozempic, and Wegovy. Yeah, thank you. Maybe there's a second page of, no. I think they're going to add, I was talking to Sarah, and they're going to add 40 peptides to this list of already what looks like 20. Rosie Photography, all you need is CrossFit and Jesus. Oh, this is what it is? Someone is saying it's GLP-1. Wow, okay. Is this what it is? This one, yeah, they do sell this. Experience the remarkable benefits of GLP-1 peptide, a groundbreaking compound designed to enhance blood sugar control and support weight management efforts. Oh, that's how it works? It makes it so you don't crave carbs. Incretin hormone stimulating insulin secretion, enhanced glucose uptake by cells. This helps regulate blood sugar levels. Weight loss support. Peptide has been shown to assist in weight loss efforts by suppressing appetite. Oh, I guess that is it. All right. A fourth name, GLP-1. Damn, that's no joke. $300 a month. All right. Just going to do more burpees. Yeah, 40 more, she said. I spoke to her the other day. Megan, going back to Gavin Newsom, he vetoed it because he's gunning for president and the country won't go for that. So basically what you're saying is he's okay with the state coming in and stealing our children if they want to have their penises cut off. But since the people don't want it, he vetoed it. Why can't I just have a guy who doesn't want to take my kid in a leadership position, who doesn't accept my kids being taken away from me? Jeffrey Birchfield, got a workout for you to try, Sevan. Text it to me, please. No, I don't know. I'll send Greg. Let me see. Well, should I send Greg a link? He sent me a text late last night saying, "Dude, I'm so sorry, I can't make it." Let me see. Here, I'll send him there. I sent him a link. If he comes on or not. Yeah, Tuesdays is Greg's day. Tuesday morning. You know we're having Guy Malheros on tonight. That's kind of cool. We haven't spoke to Guy in forever. This is kind of long, but I'm going to put you guys through this. So we got a problem going on in Armenia right now. And this guy, some of you love him, some of you hate him. He explains it pretty damn well. It's pretty bad. For those of you who don't know, Armenia is the planet's first Christian nation, meaning the country of Armenia accepted Christianity as its national religion before any country ever did that. And it is surrounded by Muslim countries. And so, as you might imagine, things are tense there and have always been tense there. They've been tense there for a long time. And yeah, so here we go. There are concerns that there could be a lot of killing that's about to start happening there, meaning hundreds of thousands of Armenians may be raped and murdered and killed, and that there's no one there to protect them. And it's getting crazy. My dad's over there. I spoke to him yesterday. It was the most emotional conversation I've ever had with my dad. It was really intense. Okay, here we go.
I bet you've never heard of the Republic of Artsakh, unless you're Armenian. Today, I'm bringing awareness to a lesser-known international conflict. It's complex, so I'd love your take on it. Artsakh is a region of the world smack dab in the middle of Russia, Turkey, and Iran, sandwiched between Armenia and Azerbaijan, and its history goes back thousands of years. Home to countless Christian monasteries and churches, and where many believed are buried the remains of John the Baptist. Artsakh has nearly 100% Armenian Christian population, speaks Armenian, and is one of the founding provinces of Armenia, dating back thousands of years. Except it's not its own country. It's an independent region within the borders of the oil-rich authoritarian state of Azerbaijan. In 1991, due to Soviet occupation and subsequent fall, Artsakh ended up on the wrong side of the border. Ever since then, Armenia and Azerbaijan have been in constant conflict over this region.
So basically, there are these two countries next to each other, Armenia and Azerbaijan, and inside of Azerbaijan, there's another country that just has Armenian people in it, right? So it's kind of it's weird. The borders there are crazy. Azerbaijan has chunks of its country that are attached, that are part of its country that aren't attached to it, right? So like the way Alaska is not attached to us, they got some weird shit like that going on over there also. It's bizarre.
Most recently in 2020. That is, until now. For the last 9 months, there has been an Azerbaijani blockade around the coveted holy region.
So basically, there's Armenia here, and there's basically a piece of Armenia that's inside of this other country. And this other country, Azerbaijan, they want that land back, right? It's in the middle of their country. They want it. They want it. So what they've done is they've surrounded it, and they're basically trying to starve out the 120,000 people that are in there. And of the 120,000 people that are in there, 30,000 of them are kids. So they're trying to starve that out. Well, that wasn't working, so now they've started killing the people in there.
Blocking of food and supplies, leaving the 120,000 residents, of which 30,000 are children, starving and helpless. In the last week, the conflict has escalated, with Azerbaijan shutting off all electricity and communications to this area and sending missiles and artillery, injuring civilians, including children. There are reports of rape and murder of Armenian children and women, but since the internet is turned off, no one really knows. At this point, what the people of Artsakh are asking for is humanitarian corridor to safely leave the area before the genocide takes place. The liberal globalist Prime Minister of Armenia, Nikos Pashinyan, who rose to power in 2018 as the smooth talker promising change and revolution, has settled into a seat of ultimate power quite comfortably, and has turned a blind eye on his fellow Armenians facing slaughter in Artsakh. The UN has also turned its back, as has the Biden administration, who continue to arm oil-rich countries of Azerbaijan and Turkey. We'll send a blank check to protect the freedom and democracy of the Ukrainians, but barely a free tweet in regards to Artsakh, instead arming the aggressors. Which one is it? Are we protecting people, or are we protecting our investments? I bet you've never heard of the Republic of Artsakh, unless you're Armenian. Today I'm bringing
other interesting points along this is that, you know, we have all these embargoes against Russia selling oil around the world right now, and they're not supposed to be selling oil to Europe. And in the past, the Russians have protected Armenia from Azerbaijan and from some of their neighbors. But what's happened now is that Russia needs Azerbaijan because they're basically pushing oil to the rest of the world through Azerbaijan. So since they're not allowed to sell oil to the rest of the world, Azerbaijan is selling it for them. So instead of the Russians now protecting the Armenians, they're like, fucking, we'll look the other way because we're doing business with the Azerbaijanis. It's going to get really bad over there. It's going to get really bad. This problem also goes away if Trump is president, which is just fascinating to me. Here's another thing: that pipeline, that the Nord Stream pipeline that we destroyed, the Russians wouldn't be so dependent on Azerbaijan if we hadn't have destroyed that either. It's crazy. Crazy. We talked about it on the show, and I know this is going to agitate some of the people who don't live in this country, but maybe some of you are realists. But the more trouble there is in the United States, the more trouble there is around the world. You have to remember, we're like the yard duty of the world, and we have diarrhea, and we're stuck in the bathroom shitting ourselves right now. And so for anyone who's hoping, if it gets bad here, it gets worse everywhere else. You just wait and watch. And when we pull our shit back together and get back on the train, you're the last ones to get back on the train. Your shit stays fucked up. So don't be like, oh, it's just happening in the United States. If our shit unravels, your shit really unravels. Okay, we'll see, Mr. Chapman. Unfortunately, untrue. We'll see. We'll see. Look. Dan Guillermo, not true. Okay, we'll see. Look at you think that shit happens in the Ukraine or Armenia if we have our shit together? Okay. No, we have not been told that, buddy. We have not been told that. We're told the exact opposite, buddy. Jake, we're told the exact opposite. We're told it doesn't matter. We are not told that. That is not what we're told at all. At all. You wait and see. Look what's happening in the UK, dude. It's fucking, you guys are fucking leaps and bounds ahead of us from being, you guys are about to fucking lose your fucking money in a second if you're not careful. You're only going to have digital currency. You're going to become an experimento. You wait and see. You watch what happens. Thomas, Sevi, what are your thoughts on Bisping not allowing Bryce Mitchell to pray after his fight over the weekend? I saw that. I thought Bryce got away with a lot. Maybe got away is not the right word. I should choose better words. I liked it that Bryce came out with his Bible. I liked all that stuff. I thought it was cool. I think that Bisping was about to give the mic back to him, and someone chirped in Bisping's ear and said we were out of time. So that's what I mean, I have no proof of that. That's the story I made up in my head, right? So I don't know. I let Bisping off the hook. I think that they were just on a time constraint. I think he got off as much as you could hope to get off on a TV show where it's live and that there's a time limitations. That's what I think. Yeah. We stopped buying iPhones in this. The United States. Just go compare. If you don't think it's true, just go compare economies. Like, go pick something. Pick something that you think is so fucking abstract. Like, pick how much cereal we buy in this country and compare it to the entire GDP of the United Kingdom. Pick how much copper wire we use in this country and compare it to the entire GDP of Australia. Just pick some weird, obscure shit, and you'll start seeing things to scale that you've never seen before. Pick how much money the United States spends on sleeping pills, and compare it to the GDP of the 100 poorest countries, which is half the world's population combined. Do that. Take all the GDP of the 100 poorest countries in the nation, on the globe. Let's say there's 200 countries on the globe. Compare it to how much just sleeping pills the United States spends on money on sleeping pills. You'll start seeing these things, and it will change your fucking perspective. You won't be saying it's not true. You won't be saying it's not true. And if you think they're telling us that here, you're wrong. They do not tell us that here. No one's like, if we go down, everyone goes down. They don't say that shit here. I don't hear that. We just keep hearing that China's going to take over. That's what our news is saying. Self-help book. Hopping in here with a random question. I just watched the Relegulous with Bill Maher. Whoa, Sevi, have you seen that film? He reminds me of you, but less friendly to his interviews. That hurts a little bit. I did see that movie. I think he is a man who is stuck defending a position. And I don't think I'm stuck defending a position. And And yeah, I did see it. It's old, right? It's old. And he reeks of someone who, his behavior reeks of someone who is addicted to drugs, marijuana, alcohol, all that shit. I don't have any addictions like that. Just nicotine. And I don't use nicotine. I have tried to get Bryce on the podcast. Yes. Yes. Oh, good. Jake Chapman, we'll be fine. Don't worry. Okay, good. Don't let them cancel the Isle of Man. Hey, you can say that all day long. I love this. Sevan and his numbers. I know. God, I love numbers. Less than Dan Guerrero, Sevi. How much Apple products are made in China? Less and less every day. They're moving that shit over to India, and they're bringing it home to the United States. I mean, you were way more friendly than him. Geez, it's not just that I'm friendlier than him. Bill, I don't get that Bill Maher has created any space in his life. Are you butthurt? I'm confused. You broke me. I'm not butthurt, but she did break me. Because I don't know how to say it and be even, not that I'm known for my humility, but I don't know how to say it without just being a complete arrogant douchebag. He had an honest presence to me. I didn't see it as a dig, but I don't watch a ton of his stuff. I understand, and I love you to death, Caroline. I don't mean it. I'm not offended by you or upset at you. I'm just thinking to myself, like, I saw that movie years ago. It's an old movie, but the more recent Bill, it's so, to me, it's irrelevant to have the debate about God or not, because no, you didn't. No, you did not come in hot. No, you're fine. You can compare me to fucking SpongeBob SquarePants. I don't care. It's fine. And anyone can sit still and make the journey to God that they want. And so there's an idiocy to the component of taking the journey, looking for God, and not taking the first step to look inward. And that movie has none of that. And most of the people who debate it are incapable of even taking one step. They don't even know what that means, the journey inward. And so I can just fucking tell you, right now, just like that one guy I had on the show could tell you how to find aliens, I can tell you right now how to find God. More so than any fucking scripture anyone out there in the entire world can do. And it's to go walk straight out into a field and lie down and die. Just go do it. Just go out there and lie down. Surrender. That's it. You're done. 99.999 to infinity people don't even know what it means to surrender. Surrender means you don't even get up to take a shit, a piss, you don't eat, you don't drink, you surrender. It's called rock bottom to some people. You walk right out to that field, you lie down, and you surrender. And right there, God will present himself to you. So for him to make a movie and he has no clue what that even means. I know most people don't even know what that means. What I just said, it's completely beyond them. They'll be like scratching their forehead. What are you talking about? Dude, you're not surrendering. You're scratching your forehead. You're still tending to your fucking humanly body needs. You have not surrendered. And if you have not made that journey to Victoria's Secrets, then you're fucked. Then you're fucked. Of course I have. That's the only reason why I know. Of course I have. Robbie Meyer, Sevi, have you done that? Yeah. That is my, of course I have. That's why I don't say dumb shit like I believe in God. Fucking idiot world. Winter chicken dinner. I've surrendered, and yes, God was there for sure. There you go. Now you know there's two, but dude, that's why these people who say that there's another journey, I don't think that there's another journey. The only people I know who've experienced God are people who've surrendered. I don't know one other fucking way. And you can read Eckhart Tolle's Power of Now, and he tells you about his journey surrendering and meeting God. And but he says there's another way. There is not another way. You are not going. You are not going to experience God unless you surrender. You're not taking one tiny fucking bit of you on that journey. Yeah, I read that book, The Secret. And then I wonder if chicken dinner, then you spend the rest of your life once you've had that experience, you spend the rest of your life wondering if you should try to make another trip. Never surrender. Yeah, you could Karina Rain, is it possible to surrender involuntarily? Because if there is, I guess I have. Yeah, that's interesting. You know, that voluntary, involuntary part, that's really interesting. I need to wrap my head around that. Yeah, it's interesting. Very interesting. Judy, I saw that you said you like this guy. The Mad Attack. I just immediately thought, oh, you like him because he's Asian. That's what I thought in my head. I owe you that. Mike McCaskey, The Secret is 2006 psychobabble. I see your point. Yeah, it could be called faith. It could be called faith. Yeah, that journey. I didn't have faith when I did that. I was on a mission to turn it off. And there's all sorts of other explanations. People tried to explain it to me in all sorts of ways that take God away from me. And that's fine too. I don't care. This chick is on to something that I'm about to play this video. This chick is really on to something. Right here. Here we go. I don't know who this is. I don't know if this is like Selena Gomez or who the fuck this is. Oh, Avita Duffy. Oh, here we go.
Say this: if you want to be happy in life, do the opposite of everything that the left is telling young women to do. That's really the answer to all of our problems. And this is really feminism, radical feminism. It's really under the umbrella of neo-Marxism. And what they want to do is not empower women or help women. They hurt women, right? I mean, they destroy women's sports. They hurt them socially. Internally, you see that liberal women are not happy. What they're doing is they're trying to destroy everything that's good and beautiful in the world, starting with femininity. I'll say this: if you want to be happy in life. Yeah,
I almost think that that's right. She's like on it. And I'm not saying that do everything that the right says, because there's a lot of fucking weirdo women on the right. Weirdo motherfuckers. Weird. Like they dress like clowns and shit. But dude, I will say this: do everything that the opposite to left says, and you'll have a good foundation. Good foundation. God, if you're a woman out there, do not be afraid or believe any of the rhetoric about don't over focus on being an independent woman. That whole fucking journey, spending your life trying to be an independent woman, what a fucking joke. No man does that. No man's like, hey, I'm gonna spend my whole life trying to be an independent man. Don't do that as a woman. Embrace your womanhood for what you find you enjoy as being a woman. Man, dude, I'm telling you, I would be curious what other men think too. There's nothing. The most happy I've ever seen my mom is when she's with my sister and I. And the most happy I've ever seen my wife, the most happy I've seen, not only when she's with us, but when she's bonding with us. And the most happy I've ever seen my wife is when she has her kids around her, when she's being mom. Like the whole world goes away. It's so great. It's so great. Heidi Kroom, I'm desperately trying to be a dependent woman. Yeah, I hear you. Fuck yeah. You should be a dependent woman. Independently dependent. I cannot believe someone has not scooped you up. You are so fucking cool. I always think is anyone are any of you guys paranoid? Those are kind of the only people I don't like. Paranoid people. Oh, you have a boyfriend. I went to your Instagram. You have a dude. You have a boyfriend. Well, shit. Fuck yeah. Damn, your hair looks good. Oh, Heidi, you haven't posted on Instagram in forever. What the fuck is going on? Oh, is that your boyfriend from how long ago is that? Let me see how long ago. Oh, that's 3 weeks ago? Is this book pinned? I don't understand. Maybe the book is pinned. I Want to Lift Weights Like My Mom by Heidi Kroom. I wrote a children's book, link in bio, now available on Amazon. Did you guys hear that? That was the Roadcaster again. God, how is this not perfected? You think I have something hooked up wrong? No, because every time I reset it, it works again. Dave said on the Seals podcast posted yesterday that 95% of the events at the CrossFit Games will be inside. Am I the only one not sure this is a good thing? I actually was talking with a friend yesterday about it. And I was like, hey, I don't give a fuck if it's inside or outside. What do I give a shit? And he's like, oh, I like going outside. And then I was like, oh, yeah, I like going outside too. You're right. Here's what I think. This is my guess. 13 events, 3 of them will be outside. That's what I think. And then someone in the comments made a brilliant comment too a few days ago on the CrossFit Games update show. They said there's a difference between being outside and being in the sun. And that's true, right? I mean, fuck, if it's 110 degrees and you're outside, it's all good. But if you're 95 degrees and you're in the sun, you're screwed. Screwed. Yeah, the venue's going to be amazing, guys. The venue, if you haven't taken a tour of the venue, Philip Kelly, outside is better than inside. Yeah. I hate it that you guys are pointing that out to me, but I still don't care. It's going to be amazing. I was never at the CrossFit Games this year. I was never in the Coliseum going, God, I wish this was out. I never once. It never crossed my head. But did I enjoy being outside? Fuck yeah, it was cool. It's so cool. But it's going to be great. It is truly going to be great. Unless, of course, they don't let me come back. Episode 3, by the way, is done. The rough cuts of the first 3 episodes of the behind the scenes are done. I was talking to the guy who's putting it together. He goes, "I need help." I go, "You do?" He goes, "Yeah." So I think Andrew Hiller is going to start helping edit. I shouldn't say that out loud. Maybe that's going to be like a ding against me. I think the games team is terrified of. I think some people in media over at CrossFit are terrified of Andrew Hiller. Terrified. I'd be terrified too. Mobile, hardworking, fucking savage. He has the ability to change everything, change all the chatter in like 2 seconds. Our commander-in-chief speaking, I don't know who the fuck he's speaking to. Our commander-in-chief, Joe Biden, speaking. Here we go.
I want to stay worried about those in Congress who are willing to shut down the government. Just a few months ago, the Speaker of the House and I agreed to spending levels for the government. We were up right to the very edge, almost reneged on our debt, and that we're going to fund essential priorities and still cut the deficit by $1 trillion over the next decade.
So he's saying they're going to cut the deficit by $1 trillion over the next decade. No.
Now a small group of extreme House Republicans, they don't want to live up to that deal, and everyone in America could be faced with paying the price for that.
And everyone in America could be paying the price for these extreme Republicans.
We made a deal. We shook hands. We said, this is what we're going to do.
We shook hands and we agreed on it.
And now they're reneging on the deal, which is not much of a surprise these days. And the black community in particular is going to suffer.
The black community in particular. First of all, there's no such thing as a black community. Do not ever accept that. There's no such thing. There's no white community. There's no black community. There's no LGBTQZYQ. It doesn't exist. Those are lies. Those are that's all just manipulation to manipulate people who are black or gay or whatever. There's no fucking black community. That's fucking idiocy. Maybe you go to a church that's all black. That's your fucking church. There's no like black community.
Suffers that occurs. For example,
the black community in particular is going to suffer if that occurs. For example, a shutdown is going to risk nutrition assistance for nearly 7 million moms and children who are on daddy's tit, meaning the government.
Shutdown is going to risk nutrition assistance.
So when the government shuts down, it disproportionately affects black families. Why is that? First of all, it's not even true. David Weiss, like a broken record. Sorry. That wasn't nice. David Weed, like a fucking broken record. Yeah, that's better. David Weed, like a broken record. Oh my God, black people, the Republicans they're gonna make it so you don't get food assistance. On the fucking real. He's such a racist douche. Karen Thompson, remember the lady I had on the other day? She was the former director of the CrossFit Health Program. She had her Instagram account pulled down a few days after she was on the show. She has like 3 or 4 accounts, thank God. But she has this one called Sugar Free Revolution. She had her fucking account pulled down. Can you fucking believe that? It's fucking nuts.
Another thing that happened was that this account that I'm posting on now was suspended yesterday, and it was suspended for supposedly me going against community guidelines, which I don't know what I did wrong, because I've just been posting as I normally do, but I've been posting more educational content related to health and wellness, whereas before it was just more stuff about how I'm feeling and what I'm, dancing around and surfing and that kind of stuff. So at the moment I started posting content about health, my account gets shut down. The verification, the blue tick's been removed and taken away, which I don't really care about. And also the other thing that happened is that they said if I do it again, my account will be permanently disabled. So this account may be permanently disabled soon.
And then the fittest doc who we've had on the show comments, Karin, did you see the recent post from Food Lies regarding wellness-related videos on YouTube now being outright censored? Essentially, if you recommend anything beyond what the World Health Organization recommends, they will censor your account. I truly have no idea what is happening with the world anymore. Sebi, have you ever been hit in the face by a duck? Have you ever been hit in the face by a duck? You mean like a duck walk up to me and slap me? Or someone take a duck and hit me in the face with it? Uh, 12 Daily Doses, Mad Marv, people that are black that support each other, huh? So 12 daily doses and stuff logic, he also thinks that if someone black robs you, that it's the black community that's always robbing people too. You can't have it. You can't have it both ways, dude. You understand? You can't be like, oh, they're really helpful. Oh, that was just an isolated incident over there. You can't have it both ways. You just want to take the good. 12 daily doses and stuff. You're willing to chop off all the penises off of boys who want to play in dresses because there's one that said he wants to do it. I mean, you're completely out of your fucking mind. You can't have it both ways. And there's a phenomenon of black people getting together or Armenian people getting together, but there is not this Armenian community. It's you're completely taking it out of context. But welcome back to the show. Didn't someone ban your ass? You can't have my cake and eat it too. I saw a man get hit in the face by a duck taking off. It was one of the best moments of my life. I did see one time I was getting onto a freeway on-ramp with Greg. We were on motorcycles, and a bird came out of the bushes holding a snake, and if it didn't hit him in the helmet, it sure was fucking close. It was very close. That's being used. That whole black community thing is being used to be manipulative. It's not being used as like, hey, we have this event that we're inviting that the Armenian church is inviting Armenians to. It's not like that. It's being used completely to just fucking manipulate people and galvanize people just based on the color of their skin, not on their values and morals or what's best for them. Being just used as a tool. And here's the thing, I'm sure we can agree here, 12 daily doses, that is being used when he says, hey, the government shutting down is going to affect black people. That's a correlate. There's no cause and effect there. There's nothing about someone's skin color that makes them more or less dependent on the United States government. Has nothing to do with their skin color. And if you do think it does, then you are by definition a racist. You are by definition a racist if you think that it is a cause and effect by skin color. And so in that regards, there is no community that because of their skin color is more dependent on the government for nutrition. It's pretty fucking clear, dude. It's pretty obvious what I'm saying. That was very fucking eloquent the way I just articulated that. I do understand the statistics. I'm not a slave to them as cause and effect. like you are. You want to insist that people, because of their skin color, are lesser. I understand. I understand your position. It's you who doesn't understand my position. I understand both positions very clearly. I understand what you're doing. I appreciate you coming and invigorating the show. Sucks about Karin. Crazy. Crazy. There's other people too who I don't think you're allowed to talk about keto anymore either. All the guys who are doing keto shit are now pulling it down or trying to hide it. Because I think the AMA, American Medical Association's against using the ketosis for believing that ketosis has any value. I think they're basically pushing it as dangerous. Oh, Canada. What is this? Let's see what's going on in Canada. A great country in the north. Here we go.
Do you get how Canadians might call this out of touch? Reporting that you had said that you were worried about a far-right authoritarian shift in the United States, and I'm wondering what kind of things you're concerned about. Are you worried they're going to freeze bank accounts? What kind of things cause you to be concerned about far-right authoritarianism, and not far-left authoritarianism, as your government has been accused of? Could you tell? No, please don't touch me. Thank you. I'm speaking to someone who's paid by the taxpayers to be here while you're enjoying ice cream. I'm sure you can understand why I want answers to this. Could you tell me why you paid the Chinese government $1.6 million to get a board seat to advise them on climate change? Just as long as you don't touch me, that's fine. Thanks.
Then don't walk in front of me, then, please.
You paid them $1.6 million to give your friend Stephen Guilbeault a board seat. So
I like how he gets in between them here. I love how he gets in between them here.
He can tell them to not go net zero until 2060, but you're going to force Alberta to do that.
This is a reporter asking Melanie Jolly, who is a some sort of Canadian politician. There's a picture of her here with Justin Trudeau.
So that people freeze to death in the dark.
Have any of you guys ever had the government take money out of your account or had your shit frozen? I got it back. I can't believe I fucking got it back. But one time I had $10,000 or something taken out of my account. They claimed I hadn't paid my taxes, and I did. And they don't warn you. I just woke up one morning and I looked at my account and it was fucking gone. It was fucking crazy. Can you imagine the Canadian government was freezing people's bank accounts? Or the UK government has asked Google and Rumble to stop to demonetize Russell Brand's accounts. Absolutely insane.
Do you get how Canadians might call this out of touch?
A warrant. I don't know if you're talking about to me or someone in the chat, but no, I didn't get it. I didn't get fucking any warning at all. Nothing. Just I woke up one morning and the money was gone, and it says in there like where the money went. It said like blah 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 IRS or whatever. And in all fairness, I got it back fast. I got it back within months. I mean, what I thought was fast. I thought for sure I was never going to get it. Janelle Winston, if you showed support for a protest, as little as $20 donation triggered it. No shit, where they froze your accounts in Canada? Wow. Here's the deal with 12 daily doses. He wants to lump everyone up in these big groups when it benefits him. And when it doesn't benefit him, he doesn't want to lump them up in big groups. So he vacillates between these two positions just wherever it benefits him. So it's like all black people, but not all black people, but all black people, but not all black people, but black people, but not all black people. And he doesn't want to do any, he doesn't believe in any common sense. He doesn't, it's just, he's just bent on a progressive agenda. He loves government control, especially when it comes to kids. And he doesn't support women's right to be women. He insists that they become men on all levels, mental and physical. And he hates gay people. I mean, like with a passion. And he refuses to allow gay people to distinguish themselves from men who have a unquenchable desire to dress as women and surround themselves with little kids. He has that confused. He has gay people. You guys know what gay people are. Gay people is people who want to have intimacy with people with the same genitalia as you. He's confusing them. He confuses them and insists that they stay together with mentally ill men who insist on dressing as women who have an unquenchable desire to hang out with little kids. Hi, Natalie. Taxation is theft. I don't mind paying a little money to cops and roads and shit like that. Dildo, 12 daily doses versus Sevan live on air debate with Susan moderating. No, thank you. I worked in a home for mentally disabled adults for 5 years. I made a movie on it. And the fact that 12 daily doses hates gay people is troubling. It's troubling. And the fact that he insists on subjecting little kids that he believes and supports that little kids should be subjected to men with mental illnesses, and doesn't support children being having opportunities to be read by Navy SEALs or professional cooks or musicians, it should be terrifying to everyone in his life. If you're friends with him or if like you're related to him, you should be concerned. It is a nobody, 12 days the dosage, love the gays, always have. You're just making sure. No, you don't know what gays are. You only love gays if they insist on supporting pedophilia. That you've conflated the two. You don't love gays. We don't love you. I'll tell you that. We don't love you. And it's sad. And I'm concerned for the maybe the people around you who are subjected to your tyrannical ways. And that is the question. Why does he even want to be here? You know why. Go look at his Instagram. You'll know why right away. The question is why do I want him to be here? 12 daily doses. You know who supports pedos? The church, and you love those people. So here, this is an important distinction. Within the church, there are pedophiles. The church does not support pedophiles. That is your group that supports pedophiles. Not only do you support pedophilia, you encourage it and you want it openly accepted, Mr. Doses. You want it openly accepted. and you're willing to threaten people in order to get it done. You're open to violence in order to get it done. This is all. These are we have facts of this. And you're extremely paranoid. Extremely paranoid. Cave Dastro, the fact that it takes us months or years to fix roads that could be done in days or weeks, all of you need to know about the bureaucrats and unions wreaking havoc on our entire system. Cave Dastro, I lived in Berkeley for years, and we had the highest, I think, property tax in maybe the country, for sure the state, I think. And we had also had the worst roads, like for a city our size in the country. Potholes everywhere, just complete. Berkeley was like a shithole. It was crazy. And yet our taxes were completely out of control. It was nuts. Nuts. What is this? What is this? Gun safe company hit with backlash for providing FBI with code to customers. Oh, shit. Wow. Well, that's interesting. Let's pull this up. What's going on here? Popular gun safe company Liberty Safe is facing intense backlash after providing the Federal Bureau of Investigation with the password to a customer safe at the law enforcement agency's request. Conservative influencers are now calling for a boycott of the brand. Outrage against the Utah-based safe manufacturer began Monday after conservative commentators Keith and Kevin Hodge, known as the Hodge twins, posted the revelation on Twitter. Are we calling it X yet? Last week, a friend of ours was raided by the feds over January 6th. His name is Nathan Hughes, and he's from Fayetteville, Arkansas. The post reads, which notes in the report the feds called the manufacturer of his Liberty gun safe and got the passcode to get into it. Wow. Wow. That sucks. That really sucks. That dude's got his hands up. Are there people with guns pointed at him? Is that what's going on? I can't even hear. Can you guys hear? Damn.
Hey, back up. Here, watch out. Why do you have to like I have no idea. No. No, I'm Nate. Who is that? He works here? He's one of the owners. FBI.
You good? Huh? I got you.
Damn. That'll fuck your day up. Sabir and Kelly, potholes in Trinidad are the worst. Someone used one as a jacuzzi last year. Daniel Garrity, the single best thing Hiller has ever said was that he'll make 30 more Danny videos just so more people will see Joe Neal's video. Sums up his work perfectly and made me finally understand him. I wonder what games athletes have leveraged their popularity to support affiliates to help the ecosystem like that. Tons of them, none of them. Look at, so glad to be back. See you guys tomorrow, where I'll be much more involved. And I will call if the moderator grows a set and lets me. And the phone number's been on the screen for 2.5 years, and he's never called. What a dude! It's Mikey Swoosh logic. It's Mikey Swoosh logic. God, you're a lying douche. You're such a liar. Hey, you guys. This guy right here, the 12 Daily Doses guy, sent me, he would DM me and I would DM with him back and forth in the DMs. And one day he sends me a DM and it says, hey, why are you, basically, I'm paraphrasing, but it says, basically, you piece of shit, I'm going to out you for everything you've ever written to me. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, you're erasing our DMs. I'm like, I don't even know how to erase DMs. And he goes, you're erasing our DMs and we still DM? That's a fucking lie too, right there. We still DM. I've not DM'd you in fucking forever. You're out of your fucking mind if you think I DM you. Or you're DMing me on an account and I don't know it's you. So he said, you're erasing our DMs. I've never erased a single DM in my life. And he goes, and I'm going to out you for all the DMs you've erased. And I'm like, first of all, I've never first of all, that was a red flag, right? That means, and I have screenshots of all the DMs. Imagine someone sending you that, saying, I have screenshots of all your DMs. Like, why the fuck are you taking screenshots of my DMs? And now you're threatening me to out me on all our conversations. So I wrote back to him. This is all calculated. And I said to him, I said, 12 Daily Doses, has Sevi ever sent you a dick pic? That's all I send to him. Just straight dick pics. So then I said to him, hey, dude, I've never erased a DM. I don't know how to erase a DM. I don't erase text messages. I don't even know how to do any of that. But why don't you go ahead and post everything that we've ever written back and forth to each other? I think it would be great for your brand. And my point is like, yeah, let's go ahead. Go ahead and post everything I've ever sent you. Let's out me for being the horrible fucking person that I am. And I could go ahead. Why don't you post them all? Go ahead. I think it would be great for your brand. And fucking silence. He got fucking scared and terrified because he knows that pretty much threatening, telling someone you take pictures of their DMs, threatening them is the biggest douchebag you can be. That's like, you are bottom of the barrel scum. And you know what he even said to me? He goes, I wasn't threatening you. I'm like, dude, you just told me you were taking pictures of all of our DMs. That's not even implicit threatening. That's explicit threatening. That's explicit threatening. You guys know who this guy is, right, too? This guy is a world-class piece of shit. I recommend that nobody engage with him. I do not engage with him on in anything in writing anymore. He is a fucking horrible person. He's a racist. He's a homophobe. He hates kids, and he's psychotic in the sense that I don't know anyone who would ever do that. Threaten someone to release their DMs. Let alone be like, I'm taking pictures of them. Let alone accuse me of erasing. Like, dude, I have thousands of DMs. Like, I get hundreds of DMs every day. You're like a speck. You should thank me for even fucking engaging with you. There you go. And I've waited. I was like, fuck, I'm just going to, hopefully this guy just goes away. I seriously think something's wrong with him. Go ahead, buddy. I said, go ahead. You have screenshots of all of them. I think it'd be fantastic for your brand. Let everyone know what a piece of shit you are that you screenshot my shit and post it. I think it'll be great for your brand. Crickets. Can you imagine, like, you DM me and accuse me of erasing our DMs? Like, dude, do you want to suck my dick or what? You sound like a fucking 12-year-old girl. And you should see the crazy shit he cannot leave me alone. This guy wants a fucking dollop of my semen in his mouth so bad. maybe $2. I rarely just go with $1, $2. You know what's funny? I want to tell you this too. He likes to keep writing in here. 12. I live rent free in your head. Here's the thing, dude. You do live rent free in my head. You got a 5-bedroom mansion, a pool. You live so rent free in my head. But let me tell you what's gonna happen. And everyone knows this. In about 5 minutes, I'm gonna get off the show, and you're gonna go away in my life, but I'm gonna be stuck in your fucking head tomorrow and the next day and the next day. And everyone knows that this entire show consumes you day in and day out. When I'll be fucking like, in a few minutes here, I'll have a push broom and I'll be pushing water off a skateboard ramp, moving on with my life. And this show stays in your head it's going to ruin your day every day. And I know that. We all know that. So just relax. You are living rent free in my head for 15 minutes this morning. But you should also know that you've been invited in here, and I haven't been invited into your head, and I won't be leaving.
It's okay to transition children?
Yeah.
To Christianity?
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Do you think it's okay to transition children?
Yeah.
To Christianity?
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Do you think it's okay to transition children?
Yeah.
To Christianity?
No.
God, can someone fucking explain that to me? Let me see what happened here with Greg. I think Greg tried to come on. I don't think he could. I don't think his cell signal was strong enough. He just sent me a video of where he's at. He's on a boat. God, that looks nice. I FaceTimed with Greg the other day, and he sent me a we were FaceTiming, and he was on his boat. And I go, dude, that boat's fucking huge. And he goes, bigger than your house, buddy. I was like, thanks. Jay Sheets, you're with Sevan, $1.99. Thank you. Isn't it crazy that you Jan Clark, Plange, you've not been missed, buddy. Oh, come on. It was fun. It's fun. It's totally fun. Isn't that amazing that you can have the perverts reading to kids in school libraries, but not Navy SEALs. You can convert kids to chopping off their genitalia in schools, but you can't talk about Christianity. It is a fucking bizarro world we live in. Some shit needs to be reworked out. I love that, though. I love that little video clip where they're like, "Is it? Do you think it's okay to transition kids?" Yes. To Christianity? No. It's awesome. Number 66, I need to get this guy on the show. Oh, we already did that one. That was the bull. All right. I think Caleb will be on tonight. And we're going to have Guy Malheros on. It's going to be a great show. He hasn't been on a long time. Oh, this is when they talk about building homes for homeless people. Excuse me. When they talk about building homes for homeless people, they are talking about these people. That's like 30 flies on someone's crotch. Look at these people. That doesn't even look real, right? nuts. Look at the needles on the ground. Needle caps, needles. Jeez Louise. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the white community. These people are from the white community. Cave Dastro, Sevi, the offer is open. You will back end for morning show for free. You'll start back ending the. Do I know you? I need to know you first. You have to like only 10% of the people have ever lasted who helped with the show. So but yeah, I mean you're here every day. You should be doing something to contribute and make money. Make money. I mean, you're already contributing. I didn't mean to like you're not contributing, but fuck. Some of you are so dedicated to the show. It'd be awesome to parlay it into something. I've been here since day one. Dang. Can you DM me? Do I know you? Do I know who you are? All right. Crazy busy day today. Crazy. Jiu-jitsu in the morning. The kids are finishing school now with their mom. Then we're doing striking and kicking for an hour. Then we're doing skateboarding at the house today on the ramp for a couple hours. Then it's off to 2 hours of tennis for the twins, although Ari still has his cast on from his broken shin. Then it's off to jiu-jitsu with Avi. I think my mom's doing that. And I think I'm just going to be at home working out and putzing around in the yard. And I think maybe I'll go over to my neighbor's house, and he has these 2 massive Asian pear trees. I've been trimming I think I've dried 100 pounds of Asian pears. Everyone thinks that they're mushrooms on my Instagram because of the way they look, but they're Asian pears, and I've been drying those. Maybe I'll do that today. But eventually I got to pull my shit together for a 6 p.m. podcast with Guy Malheros. It's going to be great. And I'll talk to you soon. Thank you, everyone, for joining in. I'm sorry Greg didn't join us today, and I'll talk to you guys soon.